My takeaway on the herd hierarchy, there are two teams in this league that I think are really good. I'm not sure there's a third. I'm not sure. I think we have two really good teams in this league and a bunch of uneven, lopsided teams and bad quarterback play. Here we go.
Herd hierarchy.
Time is now. Let's go.
The top 10 NFL teams according to Colin. Number 10.
Listen, Baker Mayfield was fantastic. Tampa scored on 7 of 8 drives. Baker was 24 of 30 and totally comfortable. Evans and Godwin, 13 of 14, 144 yards when targeted. I don't think Tampa's a great team, but Baker looked like the MVP of the league. Bucs at 10.
Number 9.
Listen, they were in big trouble for a while, but I know what Miami is and what they are on a very distracted day because of that unfortunate Tyreek Hill situation. They outscored the Jaguars when it mattered, 13-0 in the second half. The only team in the league to have multiple 100-yard receivers. Listen, they're not an even team. It's all about the brain of McDaniel, the speed on the outside, and Tua. But right now in the NFL, that's a top 10 team. I like Miami at number 9.
Number 8.
Chargers, again, they have an identity. More rushing yards than passing yards. Physical play. I thought Joe Alt for a rookie was unbelievable. Did not allow a single pressure. 11 snaps against Max Crosby. So they are A at tackle, A at rush end, A at quarterback, and A at coach. They have an identity. 90% of this league this morning doesn't have an identity. Chargers at 8.
Number 7.
Maybe it's low. The Texans, they're still young, and that was a tough road game, but they didn't have any turnovers. C.J. Stroud played clean. They had 417 total yards. You know, I'm about a week from putting them at number 3. If they go home and hammer the Bears, I think I may move the Texans to number 3. I'm not quite ready. But good God, Stephon Diggs comes in, touchdowns. Joe Mixon, bang. I cannot believe how quickly they have built this roster up. I'm a semi-believer. If they hammer the Bears, I think I'm putting them at 3. Right now, I've got them at 7.
Number 6.
And it's just experience why I have the Ravens at 6, because I worry about Baltimore's offensive line. 3 new starters. But you know what? They didn't even play that well, and they almost beat Kansas City at Arrowhead. I just love the players and the things I love about Baltimore. I truly love the owner, the coach, Lamar, Stanley, the toughness. Listen, if you can go toe-to-toe with what appears to be an excellent, better than last year Chiefs team and lose by an inch and a half, you're pretty damn good. Ravens at 6.
Number 5.
But I'll give the Cowboys credit. I turned the fourth quarter off. Sorry, Fox. Sorry, Tom. It was a blowout. I mean, they got so many pressures on Deshaun Watson. Now, some of that is the offensive line for Cleveland was a mess. Like the Rams, it was using backups. So I don't want to go too crazy on Dallas. I still thought situationally on that 66-yard field goal, it's Dallas. And it was a banged-up team. But I'm going to give them credit. I know it's September. I know it's hype. But I'll put the Cowboys at 5.
Number 4.
The Lions played poorly and won. That's the sign of a good team. Their defense allowed 304 passing yards, but some of that is McVay, Stafford, Cooper Kupp. That's what the Rams do. But I did think many of the completions and throws were great plays by Stafford, not bad defense. It wasn't like the Jets last night where guys were wide open all over the field. Stafford made amazing throws, and the offensive line, right where it should be with PFF, is number 1 again. I think this is a power team, not a pretty team. They got a little cute and pretty against the Rams. I think they should be running the football 45 times a game.
Number 3.
It's weird. I think it's the Eagles, and I don't know if they're good. They're bad defensively. Now, some of that's Green Bay's great offensively. But let's be honest. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, 75 yards plus rushing. Saquon Barkley over 100 yards. Jalen Hurts. They got nothing but weapons offensively, and this is an offensive league. Well, their defense isn't good. Well, the Jets' defense was atrocious last night, and that's supposed to be a good one. The Ravens' defense is supposed to be a good defense. Kansas City did whatever they wanted. I mean, you keep telling me about all these great defenses. Does it matter? At the end of the year, it's all offenses. All I see with Philadelphia is playmakers everywhere, all over the field. So even though Jalen Hurts had some turnovers, they were a machine. I think Green Bay could get to the Super Bowl, and Green Bay couldn't stop them.
Number 2.
San Francisco. 8 straight scoring drives against the Jets. I could put them at number 1, but I have so much respect to be able to beat the Ravens. I'm not going to. It is the Jets. I think what's amazing is an undrafted running back. You got a tight end from Harvard, a 7th-round receiver, a 7th-round quarterback. Didn't have Christian McCaffrey, and they did whatever they wanted to. Everything. Interior running, outside running, jet sweep, stream, everything they wanted to do, they did. All those first-rounders on defense for the Jets pushed all over the field by 6th and 7th rounders.
Number 1.
I'll give it to Kansas City. 7 yards of play against the Ravens defense. And again, I'll go back to this. Who really plays great defense in the league? If you're great situationally, then you're great in the NFL. Dallas had a great pass rush against Cleveland's backup O-line. I think the bottom line is Xavier Worthy touched the ball 3 times and had 2 touchdowns. That had to be encouraging. Hollywood Brown's coming back. I think we have, I'll say it again, I think we have 2 great teams in the league. After that, Baltimore and Philadelphia, Detroit are flawed teams. Philadelphia and Detroit's back-end defense isn't very good, and Baltimore's O-line concerns. If they didn't have Lamar Jackson, I don't know what I'd think, but they do, so they'll get away with an average offensive line.